is Janna Gajjar, Assistant Professor at IT/ICT Department of LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. Welcome to the video lecture series of subject Software Project Management. In previous lecture, we have discussed about the basic things about software configuration management. So, as we have already discussed, software configuration management is a set of activity for identifying, organizing and controlling some changes that we are performing during the life cycle of software system, right? So, now let's move to the further topic of this configuration management chapter. So, today we are going to discuss about what are the advantages of software configuration management. So, it is used to increase the productive efficiency of software as it controls and tracking the working flow or development process. Okay, so in definition we have already discussed, it is used to control the changes during the life cycle of software. Okay, so it will track the bug, it will track any of the error is occur. Okay, so it will track all these things and it will notify the development. Okay, so basically it will increase the productive efficiency of software. Okay, then another advantage is like it welcome change management, so the risk of the product will be less. Okay, so we know that like day by day customer change needs something new, right? So as a developer you have to adapt that changes, right? So basically software configuration management will help you to easily compatible the change in your software. Okay, so without error you can easily implement the existing system with a new change, right? Then another advantage is like it is used for proper monitoring and auditing of the software development product. So as we have already discussed in software configuration management about status reporting and auditing. Okay, so it is used for proper monitoring of any software and proper auditing of the particular software development product. Okay, then also it will help to enhance the software development life cycle process. Okay, so if you have developed any software using any of the process model and now any new process model will come, so you need to change accordingly. Okay, so it will help to enhance the software development life cycle process also. Then this process provide reliable, organized, cost effective and low risk software development application. Okay, so if you are going to use software configuration management, then you will get a reliable software, you will get a well organized and cost effective product. Okay, and a last advantage is it will provide a high quality product. But obvious we are using Play Store, okay, in our mobile phone, so every time any of the application will get updated because they have created something new and the new version of that particular product is launch. Okay, so you need to update that application for the further feature. Okay, so obviously it will provide a high quality product. So this is all about the advantages of software configuration management. Now let's discuss about what are the need of SCM. Okay, so we all know that if we are develop any software, so we need to configure that. So what is the need for any software configuration? So first is we can easily track and managing the changes in the software development. So this is the need of SCM. So if we require any tracking of the application or software, or if we want to manage any software or product, so by using SCM we can do easily. Then it provide to enhance the productivity of the software. Obviously we have already discussed this in advantage. So if we want to increase the productivity in our software product, then we can use SCM. So this is also need for the SCM. So it will obviously minimize your error. Then it provides a smooth workflow inside the development process. It is easy to communicate with team members to develop a better quality of the product. So if you are working in a team, then by using software configuration management, team members can communicate with each other for the further development of any existing software or further changes in any existing software product. Okay, then to tag every member of the team with project workflow status, then this particular SCM will useful. For an example, if 5 of the team members are working on the same project, so what all that 5 are doing in that particular project. So by using SCM you can easily track their activity. Okay, then it updates each team member code parallelly by considering different version control. Okay, so version control that we have already discussed in our previous lecture. So if any of the team member can update any code, okay, so it will obviously integrate with the other team members. Okay, so it will integrate your code parallelly by considering the different version of that particular product. Then it is used to manage the different tools and different processes in your software product. So if you are using any tools, automated tools or any debugging tool for your software, then it can be easily managed by using a software configuration management. Then if you are using any software or any hardware inside your application, then it can be easily managed by using a software configuration management. And also it is used to manage and control defect, teamwork and process. So how many defects are in the project, how many team members are there, and how they are working together, and what process is ongoing. Okay, so this is all can be achieved by using a software configuration management. So that is why we need a software configuration management for our project. And it also handles the software budgeting as per the changes in an application. So if customer wants something new, so as per that particular changes, you will require some more budget. Okay, so by using SCM you can easily manage the budget also. Okay, so this is the reason why we need software configuration management for developing any software, because after delivery you need to update your application or your software day by day as per the market needs. Okay, so for that change applied, you need a software configuration management. So it will include budgeting, then well organization, well managing of all the activities, working on the team members, all the processes and all related works of the project are considered in a software configuration management. Okay, so this is the reason why we need software configuration management. Now let's discuss what is software configuration. Okay, so we have already discussed about software configuration management, but what is software configuration? So items like such as any program, any documents and any data. Okay, so the items that comprise all information produced as a part of software process are collectively called as software configuration. Okay, so for better understanding, let's take an example of our mobile phone and SIM card. When we remove SIM card and insert again, so it will send a configuration. Okay, so we have to install all the configuration of the particular SIM card. Then and then we are able to use SIM card properly. Okay, so that number will be enabled from our side. Okay, so software configuration means it is an item that comprise all the information produced as a part of software process is collectively called software configuration. And as the software process progresses, the number of software configuration items grows rapidly. Okay, so for an example, if you are using multiple components, then it will generate a software configuration item as that particular component. Okay, so for better understanding, we will discuss it with a proper example. Okay, so now what do you mean by baseline? So basically baseline is a software configuration management concept that will help you to control change without seriously impeding justifiable changes. Okay, so without any disturbance you can apply the changes. That is the meaning of baseline. And IEEE, that is Indian Institute of Standards. Okay, so IEEE is a standard and they have defined a baseline as a specification or product that has been formally reviewed and agreed upon, that thereafter serve as the basis for further development, and that can be changed only through formal change control procedure. Okay, so if you want to change your system, you need to review all the members. Okay, so you need a proper review of the all the authorized person, and then you can apply for the changes, right? So basically a baseline is, we can say, as a milestone. So it is a milestone in the development of software that is marked by the delivery of one or more software configuration items, and the approval of these software configuration items that is obtained through a formal technical review. So if you want to apply any change, then you have to conduct a formal technical meeting. So that is a technical review meeting in which your change will be discussed, and if all are agreed, then it will apply to the product. Okay, so this is about the baseline. So basically baseline is a milestone in the development of software. Okay, so this is all about baseline. Now what is the software process actually and what is the baseline for that particular process. Okay, so for an example, in software process, a step is like software engineering or a system engineering. Okay, so what is the baseline here? So for doing a system engineering, you need a system specification. So baseline is a system specification. Similarly, if you want to do requirement analysis, so whatever the requirement given by the customer, you have to analyze those requirement. Okay, so requirement analysis is a step of software process, whereas in baseline software requirement specification, that is SRS document, is a baseline for the requirement analysis phase. Then similarly for software design, design specification is a baseline. For coding, source code is a baseline. For testing, there are test plan or any procedure or data, that will be a baseline. And for releases, like for an example, if you are releasing one version, then operational system will be your baseline. Okay, so this is all about how this particular software process are mapped with a baseline. So basically baseline is a milestone, that is kind of a mark that you are using for the further development. So for doing a software design, you need a design specification. For proper coding, you need a source code, right? So here is the baseline, and on the left side there is a step of software processes. Okay, so let's understand it with a proper example. So there is a software engineering task, and for each and every task there are software configuration item are there. Okay, so if you need any changes, so that task is given to the former technical review. Okay, so it is sent to the technical team for the review purpose, so whether that change is necessary or not. So that is a SCI process. Then again, if it is approved, so that is a software configuration items, and then it is stored, and again it is extracted, and again the task will be, if any changes required, so this is the proper rotation. And if it is any modification is there, so you can see here on the top side there is a modified SCI is also there. Okay, so there are multiple SCI, that is software configuration item. Okay, so if you apply any changes, this will also affect your database at your server side. Okay, so this is how the actual baseline will work. Okay, so now let's take an example of railway reservation system for proper understanding about the SCI, that is software configuration item. Okay, but before that we are discussing about what do you mean by configuration item. So it refers to the fundamental structure unit of SCI. Okay, and it is a basically aggregation of software that is designated for configuration management and treated as a single entity. Okay, so it is treated as a single entity. For an example, if you are doing modification, then it is a software configuration item. If you are approved something, that means a formal technical review, that is another SCI. Okay, so CI, that is configuration item, is any service component, infrastructure element or other item that needs to be managed in order to ensure the successful delivery of any services. Okay, so this is about the software configuration item, that is SCI. And here let's take an example. So in that particular SCI document, the entire suite of test cases or a name program component contains plan, specification and design document. Also it have a testing materials. For an example, some procedure, some testing test cases for some data, then again software tools are there, some source code is there, some data and data dictionary are there, and some documentation for installation, maintenance and some of the operation for software use, like how to use this particular software. So this is all are known as a SCI, that is software configuration items. Okay, so whatever the component we are using to configure our system, that is software configuration items. Okay, so here is an example of railway reservation system. Okay, so here there is a central railway. So the configuration are, there are operating control. So one of the station is the headquarter and there are multiple substations. So you can see multiple stations are there. So that is a aggregated configuration items. Okay, and at last there is a documentation. Okay, so now you can see in a station there are three things: LCP, RTU and IBP. Okay, so these three are known as a subtopic of station. Okay, so here LCP stands for local controller processor, RTU is a remote terminal unit and IBP is a integrated backup panel. Okay, so these are the three configuration, and in RTU, that is remote terminal unit, there are three things, that is firmware, configuration and logic. So here firmware, configuration and logic are known as a CI, that is configuration items. Okay, so that are the software configuration item. So there are particular one station, for one station there is a RTU, and in RTU there are configuration item like firmware, configuration and logic. Okay, so for each and every station there is a LCP, RTU and IBP. So the subtopic of that particular unit is known as a software configuration item. So as we have already discussed our example of mobile phone and SIM card. So whenever we are installing SIM card, they will send a configuration setting. Okay, so by clicking on the software configuration, you can able to use or utilize your SIM card for calling purpose, for message purpose and all other purpose. Okay, so for network connectivity you also need to configure your SIM card with your mobile phone. So this is the best example of software configuration items. Okay, so now let's move to the goal. So what are the goals of software configuration management? So ID and the configuration. So it will give a ID to each and every person. So to know the ID of the person who did a change in the software, which will be a great tool to track down every change in your software. So if 5 members are working on a one project, so if someone will change the project code, okay, so ID is given to the particular team member. So by those ID he or she can do an entry like I have done this change. Okay, so by SCM you can easily track the person who have changed the code. Okay, so that is ID and the configuration. Second goal is tracking defect. So if there any defect in your system, you can easily track by using a SCM. So as a result of ID and configuration, you can easily track any defect in your software and solve it very quickly. Okay, so if you are a team of 5 members, okay, so if anyone can change the code, his ID is stored at the particular location, like this person have changed the code, and if any error occur after that particular change, so you can easily track that this person have changed the code and that's why the error will generate it. Okay, so this is how you can track the defect. Then teamwork. So it will help any organization the interaction between teammates and task handling. So if they are working in a team in any organization, so you need to communicate with all the team members for further development in any software. So it will help the teamwork. Then environment management. Okay, so it will managing both hardware as well as software. So this is all about the goal of SCM. Okay, so ID the configuration, tracking any defect, teamwork and environment management. Okay, so this is all about the software configuration management. In today's lecture, we have learned about what are the advantages of software configuration management. So in which we have discussed about like if we are using SCM, then you can easily manage your budget, you can easily manage your activity, you can easily manage your team members. Okay, so all these activities are managed by using SCM. Then we have also discussed what are the needs of SCM. So if we are doing a software configuration management, then we can easily produce a good software with a high quality. Okay, then we have also discussed about what is the baseline, that is a milestone. Okay, so the basic thing that we require for processing of any process in a software development. Okay, so we have discussed about baseline also. Then we have discussed about a SCI, that is software configuration item, and at last we have discussed about the goal of SCM. So in software development, software configuration management is a very important task and very important activity. So here we have completed our unit 5, that is software configuration management. Okay, or a configuration management. So that's all for the today's lecture. Thank you.